Oh, hey, my name is Sean Fry, and in Futurama there's a character named Philip J. Fry, one of the main characters. Be sure when you reach the end of the episode, when Bender fades it to black, to stay a little longer because there is actually a mid-credits scene. And it's a really funny one about binging. Hey, what's up? So, Futurama has been rebooted again. It originally started on Fox back in 1999, I think it was. There's a whole story about how it did not do very well there, how the network wasn't trying to allow it to succeed, yada yada yada. It was on for I think about five seasons. Got canceled in like 2005, I think. Then there were those Futurama movies that came out years later. Then the series got renewed on Comedy Central for another 5 seasons as well, I think it was. That was pretty good. It ended about a decade ago, and now it's back again, but exclusively on Hulu, which my favorite streaming site. But I know it's going to leave out a lot of people because that's only available in the United States. That is, unless maybe it's like on Disney Plus elsewhere or something, like they did with Family Guy. For the occasion, I got this red jacket. No, it's not Fry's jacket. It's actually of the Flash, and this was I got this years ago. Uh, if I knew how completely nuts Ezra Miller actually is, then yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'd be for a different Flash or just the character. Don't think about Ezra Miller. I'll try to get into this really quick. It's just going to be kind of recaps of episodes of Futurama since they came back for season 11, first time in about 10 years. It was gone a long time, but now it's back. Now that joke in the Simpsons crossover episode with Futurama that Bart wrote on the chalkboard, uh, yeah, that joke has now been contradicted. That didn't age too well. Let's get into the episode real quick. I'll try to leave out as many spoilers as I can. To open up season 11 in this second reboot of Futurama, we literally leave off exactly where the series had previously ended on the Comedy Central run, in the final scene of Meanwhile. But first, we hear Professor Farnsworth talk about his journey to try to get Fry and Leela out from this stoppage of time. Interestingly, they give us a different perspective. They give us Farnsworth's perspective of the time stop as opposed to Fry and Leela's. Then after that, it goes to where things had left off before time stopped. Everybody's back to the age they were, although I guess for the sake of convenience, they make the years go forwards to 3023 instead of, I guess it was 3013 at the time. This episode is full of a lot of meta. There's like a lot of meta references in this episode, including making fun of a show that actually was from the show Futurama, because you know how sometimes they watch TV on Futurama sometimes, how there's a show within a show, kind of like Itchy and Scratchy and The Simpsons. I don't want to give it away what show that is. It is a show that gets canceled 3 times in this case. Obviously, you should tell it's a joke about Futurama itself, especially with what Amy says right after.
Which final season? They got canceled like 3 or 4 times.
Loserama.
They proceed to be even more meta, making fun of the actual streaming site that Futurama is now streaming exclusively to, called Hulu. In this case, they say Fulu, I guess to kind of make fun of Fox at the same time, because that's what they did previously when they returned to the air on Comedy Central like 15 years ago.
Yes, I'm afraid the brainless drones who run the network canceled our license.
They make a funny joke about binging, where instead of it being like bad habits, like we're binging too much TV, or what Fry would say,
drinking 2 6-packs and barfing in my mom's jewelry box?
Instead, it's some actual technology that allows you to just be completely stuck in the streaming world and be not aware of real life at all, pretty much. I don't want to give away too much, but I'm sure, as you can tell, that leads to some disaster, for sure. Okay, we now get to the part where there's a bit of spoiler territory in this case. I won't actually give away everything, though. Fry is disappointed that he's been in the future for 23 years and hasn't really done anything with his life. So, he wants to make it his goal to watch every television show in existence which is why he subscribes to Hulu, their version of Hulu, and then realizes how that's just an impossible achievement.
Leela, aren't
But
you gonna
then
stop this?
Leela
I should.
is
but I
trying
don't
to
wanna
support
cause
his
these
dream,
dreams.
just to be nice to him, and tells him about something called binging. Binging? No, it's not the same binging that we have. It's a technology they're talking about.
It means strapping into these binging goggles that drill directly into your brain.
Fry, don't be the idiot you are. Before you go jabbing into your visual cortex, I implore you to... Ow! My cortex!
So Leela and Bender actually go to Hulu Studios to try to convince them to revive one of Fry's favorite shows, which he's already binging through way too quickly. And Professor Farnsworth continuously updates Leela on how things are going with Fry in his still suit and binging goggles, and things are just getting worse and worse, especially since he adjusted the speed to twice the speed. So we start to see some footage playing at twice the speed to represent that, which is pretty fun. So it turns out that Calculon died, and Fulu was able to call the robot devil and convince him to send Calculon back to Earth so that they can shoot new episodes of All My Circuits. Now, based on what's going on in the scene, I kind of get the impression the robot devil was waiting for any excuse to do this because he was tired of hearing Calculon overact in hell or robot hell. So I don't know. If you get to watch the episode, let me know in the comments below what you think about what's going on here. Do you think Robot Devil just wanted him out? I get the feeling he did.
Hey, Calculon!
Yes?
You want it on set!
Oh, glorious rapture. To return to the draped proscenium once more.
Will you shut up and get into the resurrection cannon?
Anyways, one thing leads to another, and eventually Fry is fine. Like I said, I don't want to give away everything, but basically, well, I guess I already brought up some spoilers up to this point. So if you decide to watch up to this point, well, that's on you. Yeah, the still suit, the binging goggles, and even the chair he was sitting in, and appears to be himself, all melted down. But no, Fry actually had left the suit some time ago. Somehow nobody knew, all because he got tired of the writing of the new season of All My Circuits, which was written by Bender, and then Bender's actually a little offended by it. So it's a pretty funny way to end things.
I mean, they were unwatchable. The writing and the executive producing really went downhill towards the end.
Hey, I may not be a great writer, but at least I filled the allotted airtime. To the second. Fade to black.
That's my recap of the first episode of this brand new revival of Futurama. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Click that bell icon to add me notifications. I'll try to stay up to date with every episode every week. Try to get these out as quickly as I can.